Hi, I'm Jeff Holmes, Parts and Service Manager of Riverstone Luxury Fifth Wheels, here with Jared, the Service Tech Teeple.
Hello.
To walk you through winterization process using the Nautilus City Gravity Fill. For winterization, follow the diagrams to turn the toggles red to the left, green upward, white down, blue to the left, and black to the right. Now when you get to the red toggle, you'll need to pay attention to exactly which model of water heater your Riverstone is equipped with. In 2018, we released a service bulletin to owners of Riverstones equipped with the Girard 2GSWH tankless water heater. This bulletin informed them of the potential of there being an incorrect winterization instruction label on the Nautilus City Gravity Fill Station. Your typical tank type RV water heater like Truma AquaGo and Suburban Gas Electric will have a drain which allows you to remove the water from the tank before winterizing. Both Truma and Suburban recommend bypassing the water heater before pushing antifreeze through the water lines. So if your Riverstone is equipped with the Truma AquaGo or Suburban Gas Electric water heater, you'll want to make sure to remember to drain the tank and make sure the red toggle is pointing to the left. The Girard 2GSWH tankless water heater does not have a tank to drain. Girard actually suggests running the antifreeze straight through this model, just as you would the rest of the water lines in your RV. So if your Riverstone is equipped with the Girard tankless water heater, you will want to leave the toggle pointing upward. Again, Riverstone's equipped with a Suburban Gas Electric or Truma AquaGo water heater will want the red toggle to be turned to the left. And Riverstone's equipped with the Girard 2GSWH tankless water heater will want to keep that red toggle pointing upwards so they do not bypass the water heater. In order to get antifreeze into the water lines of your Riverstone Luxury Fifth Wheel, you'll want to connect a hose to the city water connection. A short garden hose will work for this. One end of the hose will be connected to your city water inlet, and the other end will be in a bucket of RV approved antifreeze. With your Nautilus set to the winterization position, you'll want to turn on your water pump. Your water pump will suck the antifreeze through the hose and into your water lines. To ensure water gets through all of your faucets, you'll want to go inside and run all of your water fixtures until pink comes out of them. So we'll start here at the kitchen. Start with hot. Now it's starting to turn pink. Now we will switch to cold. One thing to note is if your Riverstone is equipped with the water distribution manifold, then it will take longer for the water to reach the faucet on both the cold side and the hot side. So for units equipped with the Fisher Paykel dishwasher, we'll want to run a rinse cycle. Press the button that looks like a fast forward button until it gets to rinse, and then press start. Alright, now moving on to your bathroom sink. Again, you will start with either hot or cold, it doesn't matter which one you start with. What matters is that you let both water lines turn pink. Now the cold has turned pink, switch it to hot. Becomes clear again. And now it's pink. That faucet's done. You will want to do this with every single faucet in your RV. Next in the bathroom is the toilet. You'll step on the plunger and hold it down until that turns pink. And then finally in the bathroom is the shower. I recommend removing the hand sprayer, starting with cold, hot. Now for the Splendid washing machine. With the Splendid washing machine, you will want to change it, turn the dial to option 3, power on. This by default should make it a warm cycle. And press start. By running a cycle, it will push the antifreeze through both the hot and cold water lines. In order to winterize the residential refrigerator in your Riverstone Luxury Fifth Wheel, you want to leave the hose in your bucket of antifreeze with your water pump on and nautilus configured to winterization, and let the ice maker run a few cycles of ice. Once you see it dump a cycle of ice with a pinkish tint, that tells you that the solenoid in the back of the refrigerator has antifreeze in it and will be safe for the winter. Now that your residential refrigerator's ice maker solenoid has antifreeze in it, you'll want to pull to close the ice maker shutoff, and then turn the low point drain until you see pink come from the hose. This is located in a few different locations depending on model. On the rear kitchen models, it is in the rearmost compartment. Front kitchen models, it's located up front. And in units that have the refrigerator in the slide out, it will be located along the frame rail. If you look under the slide out containing the refrigerator, look for the blue PEX hose facing the ground, follow that up, and you'll find this configuration. One of the most commonly overlooked components when it comes to winterization in the Riverstones is the water distribution manifold. After you have ran the antifreeze to each individual water line, there will still be a reservoir of water at the bottom of the distribution manifold. That's why it is important to open the low point drain until pink comes out and then close it back up. All right, now that antifreeze has been run through all of your water lines, don't forget about your batteries. I'd recommend removing your batteries and keeping them in a climate controlled environment so they don't freeze up on you. If you have multiple battery configuration, I'd also recommend taking a picture of what wires were hooked up where. And if you have any questions regarding the way that your battery should be hooked up, you can feel free to call our service department at 260-593-2425. Riverstone's equipped with our new City Gravity fill made by Anderson Brass. Would follow the exact same process, except you have one knob that will direct the water from the hose into your faucets, and a red knob underneath again that you want to turn to bypass/drain. Riverstone's equipped with the gas electric water heater. Would need the anode rod to be removed and the water drained. All right, now that our hibernation is over, it's time to get back camping again, and that means de-winterization. Jared, do you want to explain exactly what we're going to do to get the antifreeze out of the lines?
Absolutely. The first thing that we need to do is we need to put water into our fresh water tank to pump all the antifreeze out. So what we need to do is we need to fill the tank, but we're not ready to bypass the water heater yet. So though this says power tank fill, we want to move all these but leave this red over so that we're still bypassing our water heater.
That's right, because if you were to turn that before we pump all that antifreeze out with the water coming in, we would wind up with with antifreeze in our water heater, and we don't want that with the Truma.
No, we don't. So we're going to have it just like this here, and we're going to begin filling our fresh water tank. No, you don't have to fill the tank all the way full. I'd say probably a third full is going to be more than enough for you to flush out your lines. So with that being said, let's start filling our tank.
When you're filling your fresh tank, it's always important to keep an eye on the monitor panel. You never want to overfill your fresh water tank. The hose underneath that many people refer to as an overflow hose is actually a vent hose. When we fill the fresh tank, the air inside that tank needs to be displaced somewhere. That hose is where that air is displaced. If you fill your fresh tank to the point of overflow, where water starts coming out of that, then the tank has already begun expanding beyond its intended capacity. So always keep an eye on the monitor panel while you're filling.
Yeah, and I'd like to add to what Jeff just said. Keep in mind, yes, you want to watch your monitor panel. The sensors on your tank, after your monitor panel shows that it's full, you still have time to come out and turn off your water. And if you ever do if you accidentally overfill your tank, it's imperative that you get the air out of your tube that releases air and takes in air as your tank's being used.
All right, now that our fresh tank is 1/3 full, we'll want to change the configuration of our Nautilus panel to service dry camping. Follow the diagram. You want to make sure that you leave the red knob turned to the left to continue bypassing the water heater so we don't get that antifreeze in there. According to the diagram, the blue goes down, the black goes down, and the green remains up. All right, now we will turn on our water pump so we can pull the water from the fresh tank to flush that antifreeze out of all of our lines. Now that your tank is 1/3 full and your water pump is on, you're going to turn on each individual faucet until the pink becomes clear.
Hot and cold.
You'll want to make sure that you turn the faucet to hot and cold. Okay, now we're gonna get all the antifreeze out of our bathroom fixtures. For the toilet, step, hold it down until it turns clear. Clear, switch over to the other side. Then for the shower, and once the water turns clear, you want to use the hand sprayer to make sure all that pink gets washed down the drain so it doesn't stain. All right, now for winterizing the Splendid washing machine. According to Splendid's winterization instructions, switch it to option 3. Power on. Make sure it's warm. If it's on warm, then it will push the antifreeze through the cold and hot sides. And start. All right, the dewinterization process for the Fisher Packle dishwasher is the same process as we use to winterize it. Press the button that looks like a fast forward button until it gets to rinse, and then press start. To get the antifreeze out of your residential refrigerator, you'll first want to open the low point valve. This will get all of the antifreeze out of the line going to the refrigerator. You would do that by turning this. Once you see clear water coming from beneath your coach, you can close it and open the valve. This is a push-pull valve, but it's backwards from what you would assume. It's actually push to open, pull to close.